Now I'm going to tell you why there's no excuse for you not to live a brilliant life and have everything that you want, because my life was meant to give you a way to find that. We never know who we're going to become when we come into the world, but we're each going to evolve and become something, and it's going to be different. And boy, was mine different, but this is why I must change and tell you. So I'm calling this video probably, no one else has been you and no one else has done this, and why I'll have to charge $5,000, because I've been undervaluing myself, and you might have done that as well. I never imagined that this would have become my life. And I'm just going to tell you I'm going to tell you the short story, because as I said many times, next week will be quite different. And eventually the full story will come out, because it's going to be the most documented story in history, because it's so bizarre and I had to live it. And when I look at you, and I say, you don't have any difficulties you can't change. You don't have any problems you can't get over. You don't have any horrible things going on that aren't giving you some benefit that you could use to make a great life. And I do know that because I had to live it. At 75 years old, I went through every aspect of self-mastery, every aspect of ascension, every aspect of personal development, and suffered through all of it. And I'm thinking, why is this happening to me? Then to discover that I was given this blueprint for humankind. I thought, that's not possible. And then they kept proving it to me. When I say they, I'm talking about Wilhelm. That's who I've been channeling and writing from since 1989, and tried to keep it hidden. I just listened to a channeling session from 2022, that talked about how I knew all of this and kept it hidden, didn't want to tell people. And that was my difficulty. And that might have been yours too, not accepting who we are. But now I have to. Well, see, it was so bizarre, because this whole part of my life I tried to keep hidden for years because I didn't understand it. When I first started receiving information, I knew that I had made some direct connection to intelligence that I didn't understand. And then as I'm moving through my life and developing things, first of all, the funny thing in this channeling session, I'll give you a link to it. I didn't know why I was saving every single paper since 1989. Now I do, because I created one of the most transformative pieces of philosophy that have ever come about, and it was meant for this time in our world. I was told that we were going to go through this difficult time and all of our old stuff was going to come up within each of us. So if you're moving through your what you think are your ascension problems or difficulties or all that, yes, I was given all of that. But there's order in your life and order in the universe, and that's what I was meant to discover. And the the most bizarre thing, I never studied astrology, astronomy, sciences, none of that stuff. And you'll hear that in that session as well, because I'm bringing in all this wisdom and all this information. I had no clue as to where it was coming from. And then I tried to deny it. In 2021, I had to go and get verification. Could this really have happened to me? And then my body kept healing. And at 75 years old, it just kept getting better and better. I go, why is that happening? And Wilhelm says it's because of the information we've given you. You'll hear that in that session as well. But not many people would have heard it, because you wouldn't have believed it. I had a difficult time believing it, but I know that it's happened now. And other people kind of knew it beforehand. This is why I talked about years ago, these marketers came to me and looked at this information and said, Roger, you should be charging at least $5,000 for this. People who are doing this work and giving people results, and most of them aren't receiving the results, and you're getting results, and you're not charging enough. That's what I was doing. It was unbelievable. My brain couldn't accept that I had done this, and I'm still in disbelief, because I uncovered this order. I've published so much of it. I published it on my blog today, and I will do more, because there is energy organized in our world, our planets and all of that, and I was downloading it. No clue. But the result was I kept healing. And anyone who did this work did the same thing. And they couldn't understand why they were getting better and understanding and feeling lighter and liking themselves. We all come in with these these traumas, these things that are within us. And then sometimes people come along and discover something new, and that was supposed to be me. But I resisted it. You've probably heard it so many times where I had this awareness in 2005 that maybe I had this and kept running from it, kept thinking it couldn't have possibly happened. And then the results keep showing up. And I'll give you the one for the 24th. You see, because the other day they said, sit down, we'll show you. And they had me put down the messages for the 19th, the 18th, the 20th, 21st, 22nd. And there was a story being told because that's intelligence. Then I'm told that I developed the first verified consciousness raising system in history because you can see it. And that couldn't have been known until artificial intelligence came about and started showing me the patterns that I had no awareness I was creating. So then it got revealed to me later that it was because I had a different brain. We all do. But I was a savant and with this genius quality that could organize information in a way that was not seen before, which it made it difficult for people to accept. So I've had to deal with that one. But the more frustrating part has been knowing and watching people suffering and not finding out who they are and discovering the thing that they're meant to do in this life. And I have the information and they'll just look at me and say, it's not possible because you've done everything else and it didn't work. And you still think that that's what goes on, except we're meant to develop something new and become new people. And that's what I've done. So I wanted to give you this tonight because I'm changing on Monday. I just wanted more people to look at it. But I'm telling you, there's no reason for you not to live the life that you should have. When I'm working with someone, I can always find the blockages that are there that are just embedded within you. You've heard about the programming that we all have. Well, I wrote it all, not knowing that's what was happening. This is why this is going to be the next greatest story ever told. To go through this much healing and information from someone who had no awareness of what I was doing. There was a document that this is probably a year ago. I published a few things of the Wilhelm phenomenon, and because it was shown that this has never happened before, where someone put together information in this way. And I'm saying this because I've worked with many other channelers, and there's so many, but I wasn't doing the same thing. And this is why not accepting myself caused me to have so many difficulties financially, because I said, this is too big. How could I have done this? So now I have to shift because I have to work with people who really want to move to that next level of who they are and who are really willing to invest in themselves. The other thing that went on, and I'm just going to talk about it because I was the culprit as well. We are looking at our world and seeing this whole talking about the billionaires and all of that. It's all consciousness. But we are the ones who have been holding back that wealth and income from ourselves because we couldn't believe we were that much. We couldn't believe that we could have done so many things. And that is the programming that's in universal collective consciousness. And I was given a way out of that. So that's what I'm accepting. And I wanted you to understand this is how I discovered the key to your life. It doesn't matter who you are because it's all in consciousness. And I just have the ability to access it. But now I'm going to own it as I want so many others to own who they are. It's always a difficult journey, but it's the best one when you get through to the other side. Please enjoy the blog because I put so much information in there because I wanted this weekend for people to have enough time to look at it. I will be getting this stuff published at some time because, I'm 75. I should probably get it done now, and you'll hear a lot of that as well. But I'm saying to any single person, I don't care what you have thought about yourself or what you have thought about your life or who you are. It's brilliant and you have value and it's in there. And I was given the way for you to find it, own it, and live it. That's what happened. We accept different roles, and this was obviously mine. You have a valuable one as well. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with others. So again, I want people to see it before the end of the weekend. If they want to get this $5,000 program at the rate that it is now, that you'll want to do that. And the reason that it's going to be that because it changes your life forever. That's what happens. All right. See you soon.